I think these two players were mainly, I would consider, Brand was something, lot of double hundred against us was tough for us.
He's in across the line. Yes, he's given it. Took a long time to think about it, did Daryl Hare, and that's right.
He was a magician to many fans and a match winner to his coaches. But above all else, the all-time leading test wicket-taker. Muttiah Muralitharan graced the game with 800 scalps in tests, 534 in ODIs, and a staggering 1,347 wickets in international cricket. That's 346 clear of the next highest, Shane Warne.
Challenge trying to work out through that whir of arms and wrists and fingers which way the ball was going to go was one of life's mystery.
This legend's influence went beyond just stats, as he made every move on the field beautiful. In fact, his skill with the ball is often compared to Sachin Tendulkar's mastery with the cricket bat. But then, how good was Muttiah Muralitharan actually? Born on April 17, 1972, Muttiah Muralitharan already had his eyes on the prize from a young age. On his coach's advice, he began bowling off-spin while attending St. Anthony's College in Kandy. Imagine being so skilled at a technique as a child, effortlessly mastering it while playing with friends on a school playground. Talent's Muralitharan was rare to find anywhere in the world.
Well, that could be gone, is gone. Strauss isn't happy. Inside edge on to pad, reckons Alim Dar.
He talked more about Sri Lanka, so he could not go unnoticed. At 20, he was called up to debut against Australia in 1992. That was a game to remember. The then young prodigy took 2 wickets with successive balls, and the following year, he was a sure pick when England toured his nation. Many batters found Muralitharan's spin challenging to read. They were so frustrated that they questioned the legitimacy of his bowling action. Muttiah Muralitharan finally made it to his first international cricket game at the Premadasa in Colombo. Still just 20, he got to line up against the iconic Allan Border's Australia. The youngster crashed with the seasoned cricketer in a tour match before the Test series. Muralitharan's off-spinner was so deceptive that Border swore he was a leg spinner. The outburst was intense for a regular off-spin from Muralitharan. Now imagine if he had already mastered the doosra, his signature trick delivery by then.
Catch. Yes, that's Jones gone.
The other team thought the game against Sri Lanka would be long, but they were actually average. The Sri Lankan wizard managed to snatch 3 wickets for the test, and his lone wicket in the first innings was that of Craig McDermott. A performance like this was not unusual and was far from an indicator that he would claim 800 wickets in his test career. Regardless, complaints were made about the youngster. To the naked eye, he appeared not to bowl the ball, but to flick it with a bent arm and flexible wrist. According to the rules book, the throw is deemed illegal if the arm is bent and straightened at the point of delivery. Still, Muralitharan's arm remained bent throughout the action. His case was quite tricky. Seasoned cricketers were so intimidated by the youngster that it was as if they saw their future nemesis and wanted to shut him down while he was still developing. The International Cricket Council was brought in to investigate Muralitharan, and they discovered that his arm bend was a natural deformity, so his throws could not be called illegal. That verdict did not sit right with the Australians. In 1995, Muralitharan was called for chucking 7 good times in one day by an Australian umpire, and again in a one-day international match by 2 other Australian umpires. To cap it up, 4 years later, he was called out by an Australian umpire for throwing. Even though he was not doing anything wrong, Muralitharan got tired of being a target man, so he developed a new type of delivery, nicknamed the doosra. In this technique, the ball was made to turn away from a right-handed batsman, which most batters were, so the method only added fuel to the already intense fire that he was under.
That's appealed for a catch, and he's given Alim Dar's given him out. So Trescothick is gone.
Muralitharan was called out for throwing frequently in 1996. In 1997, the ICC had to modify the rules to accommodate Muralitharan's unusual arm movement. This new rule became a nightmare for batters, as the legend quickly dominated them. His rise to the top was swift, like a bullet, cementing his place as one of the greats. Remember that he made his debut in 1992? In 1999, Muralitharan became the second bowler to collect 700 test wickets in a career. Ironically, he took his 709th wicket against Australian Shane Warne to become the most prolific bowler in Test cricket history. By February 2000, Muralitharan had smashed the record for most career wickets in ODI, surpassing the 502 wickets amassed by Pakistan's Wasim Akram. In the final match of his Test career against India in July 2002, Muralitharan took his 800th Test wicket, becoming the first bowler in cricket history to reach that seemingly unreachable mark.
For me, I had played a lot of Test matches against Brian Lara. So at the time, we struggled to get him out.
While representing his country, the 1995 Test, in which Sri Lanka beat New Zealand in Napier by 241 runs, is one of Muralitharan's best. The game had everything, from thrilling moments to two future greats. Chaminda Vaas went for gold, ripping through New Zealand's batting order, taking 5 wickets for only 47 runs, thus leaving them with a mere 109 in their first innings. He left the second innings, Vaas another incredible 5 wickets for 43 runs. Muralitharan also busted the enemy's plan by taking 5 key wickets for 64 runs as New Zealand lost the game with a score of 185. He claimed the wickets were unstoppable, chopping New Zealand's first 7 batters. The rookie Muralitharan removed Brian Young, who had come out first. When they looked like they were on a winning streak, he took out key players Mark Greatbatch, Stephen Fleming, Shane Thompson, and Adam Perori, so the match was turned upside down. The opponents were broken down to pieces. Another unforgettable moment for Sri Lanka was their stunning victory in the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup in 1996. To this day, it is still the most memorable achievement in the country's cricket history. As the tournament's underdogs, Sri Lanka surprised everyone by defeating one of the favorites, Australia, in the final by 7 wickets. Australia's enemy, Muralitharan, took a crucial wicket, giving away only 31 runs in his 10 overs.
And he's gone, I think. Very quick piece of work there from Muralitharan. He had him off quickly.
He was one of just 2 Sri Lankan bowlers who allowed less than 5 runs per over during the match. This entire tournament, Muralitharan was excellent at holding down the runs. His economy of 3.77 was the 5th best among bowlers who took more than 5 wickets. The legend took 7 wickets throughout the campaign. He finished with 68 wickets at an outstanding average of 19.63 in the World Cup matches. Only Glenn McGrath, with 71 wickets at an even lower average of 18.19, has done better. In this game, Sri Lanka's entire game plan against England was centered around Muralitharan.
He's not going to be there long. Comprehensively beaten by the turn from Muralitharan.
In a one-off test match at the Oval, Sri Lankan captain Arjuna Ranatunga made a strategic decision to bowl first after winning the toss, which nobody expected. They realized that Muralitharan was their best chance of being able to take 2 wickets from England, and they meant to give him the maximum time on the field. They were also conscientious about not enforcing the follow-on, which would have allowed him to rest between innings. Muralitharan's bowling efforts were nothing short of a miracle, as he bowled a record 113.5 overs during the match. Since 1962, no other bowler has come close to this record, which is still unbroken today. His persistent work brought him success as he took 16 wickets only for 220 runs, attaining the 5th best test records of all time. In the first innings, he displayed incredible composure, taking 7 wickets for 155 runs in 59.3 overs. At the same time, England was bowled out for 445. He was a fierce determinant in England's second innings, as he got 9 wickets for just 65 runs, which helped them to be bowled out for 181 and set up an easy chase of 36 runs for Sri Lanka. The only wicket he gave to Alex Stewart, who was run out for 32. That year was a breakthrough for Muralitharan, as he ended up with 68 test wickets at a fantastic average of 18.47. Less than 2 years after his record-setting performance against India in ODIs, Muralitharan came heartbreakingly close to breaking the record for the best figures in a test match, Jim Laker's astonishing 10 wickets for just 53 runs against Australia has been the gold standard since 1956. Still, Muralitharan was just 1 wicket away from ending Laker's long reign. He struck early, taking Trevor Gripper's wicket with just his second ball of the match, and soon had 4 wickets in his first 7 overs. When he dismissed Grant Flower for his 9th wicket, he only gave away 47 runs. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Chaminda Vaas found Henry Olonga's edge to finish Zimbabwe's innings, leaving Muralitharan with the bittersweet achievement of 9 wickets for 51 runs. In the very next match, Muralitharan picked up another 9 wickets, pushing his test tally past 400. He reached this incredible milestone in just 72 tests, faster than any player in history. 8 years after leading Sri Lanka to a remarkable victory in England, Muralitharan did it again in 2006.
Oh, is that out? He's bowled him, in fact. I thought at first maybe it did his pad and he was appealing for LBW.
In the chase for 325 runs to win at Trent Bridge, England got off to a strong start, thanks to Marcus Trescothick and Andrew Strauss, who built a partnership of 84 runs. But then Muralitharan stepped in and made a crucial breakthrough, bowling Trescothick clean for 31 runs. He went on to take the next 6 wickets and looked set to claim all 10 until Matthew Hoggard was run out. In the end, Muralitharan finished with an impressive 8 wickets for just 70 runs, helping Sri Lanka achieve a solid 134-run victory. As a star player in every World Cup event. Still, the one that brought him the most success was the 2007 edition in the Caribbean. This time, Sri Lanka made it to the finals after a long gap since 1996. The experienced cricketer was the second leading wicket-taker after Stein, taking 23 at an average of 15.26 and a strike rate of 22. He was economical, conceding only 4.14 runs and an over. Identified as the man to watch for Australia, he was in superb form after 2 consecutive 4-wicket hauls, one of which was 4 wickets for 31 runs in the semi-finals against New Zealand. The spinner was instrumental to the victory as Sri Lanka overcame the Australians in the final to win the tournament in 1996. This time, however, the Australians were the ones to claim the trophy. After 18 years of showing what he was made of, Muralitharan decided to sign off the red ball game in style at Gale in 2010 against India. That was his 133rd and final test. Going into the match with 792 test wickets, he had one sole mission: to hit 800 test wickets.
I think his first time I got in about 5 years time after his wicket.
Yeah.
Like, after that, I got more wickets against him. But
maybe that would have been far-fetched for anyone, but for the mighty Muralitharan, it was definitely possible. The first 2 days went differently than planned because age had taken its toll on his form. He finally took his first wicket on the 3rd day, trapping Sachin Tendulkar in front. Still, nothing spectacular happened for the rest of the day. Entering the 4th day with just 1 wicket, Muralitharan finally got his second bowling MS Dhoni through the gate with a delivery that turned in sharply. From that moment on, it was as if the floodgate opened. Muralitharan took 5 wickets for 63 runs in India's first innings, and Kumar Sangakkara enforced the follow-on. As the day ended, the legend had recorded 798 test wickets and was left with just 2 to reach his target. Still on the same momentum, Muralitharan took wicket 799 early on day 5 when he trapped Harbhajan Singh in front. His hopes of getting his 800th wicket on day 5 quickly dashed when Lasith Malinga bowled out Abhimanyu Mithun and Angelo Matthews ran out VVS Laxman. These events happened so fast that it was hard to comprehend, leaving India with just 1 wicket. For the next 15 overs, the Sri Lankan bowlers, except for Muralitharan, bowled cautiously outside the off-stump, allowing Muralitharan to take center stage. Finally, on the 44,035th and last legal delivery of his test career, Muralitharan struck, drawing an edge from Pragyan Oja to bow out of the format with 800 wickets at 22.72. The icon finally took the final bow in the 2011 ICC Men's Cricket World Cup semi-finals against New Zealand. Muralitharan could only take 2 wickets for 42 runs in the game, and just as he had in his final test, he helped Sri Lanka win the match. However, he could not get the fairy tale final. Instead, he got a memorable lap of honor on the grounds where he made his debut. 6 years later, he became the first Sri Lankan player inducted into the ICC Cricket Hall of Fame during the Champions Trophy in England. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our next cricket insights. See you in the next video. Bye for now.